Hi there, I am the Explicit Empress. I am a birth chart analyst. I am also an astrological counselor. I work on shadow work and deep introspection. I also offer guidance of universal energy. You can find all of my details on my website. So welcome to the first part of my little series I'm going to start doing called Small Astrology. And this is focused on young humans, young children, okay? And this is a little bit of an insight into some of the ways in which we can begin to understand our children through their astrology. Okay, so we're starting today with sun signs, and we're going to be looking at the little Aries sun. Okay, so remembering when we are dealing with children, they are often in their primitive expressions of the energy. And let's just have a little look at this fire child here. So, an Aries sun energy for a little child. So we have they're a cardinal fire sign, okay? So this is leader energy, and I'm sure anyone listening who has an Aries child understands what I'm saying. This energy is I am energy, and in astrology, Aries is the initiator energy of everything. And it needs freedom and it needs independence. Now, in its primitive form, and often we see in children, particularly in toddlers, this is an energy of me, me, me. And if anyone forgets how important they are, they will remind you in a very fiery way, okay? What they want is what everyone should want, which is to give them attention. And if they don't get their way, somebody is going to be punished for it. So the way that they're going to punish is really dependent on a lot of other points in their chart, what their moon sign is, perhaps what their Venus and Mars signs are, which I will be touching on later in the series. So make sure you give me a follow so that you don't miss out on the one that is important to you. So looking a little bit further into these little Aries smalls, we are seeing that they are very strong-willed, okay? But they're also very capable. And sometimes this idea of being strong-willed and capable, we miss the part of them that is also incredibly sensitive, okay? And you know, they are very honest, very generous, and very trustworthy, and energetic and impulsive, but stubborn and very impatient. And you need to be watching them all the time. I'm sure the parentals out there with little Aries know exactly what I'm talking about, because they want to investigate everything. And they do not like excessive care because they need their personal space. So it's a really good idea, if you have a small human Aries sun sign, to teach them very small things about how to be independent quite early on. So that way, as they grow older, in the long run, they get more skills, they can be more independent, and they do really like that, and they are very good at it, and they will thrive under that energy. So the problem with the Aries sun energy is that while it has good tactics, it has bad strategies, okay? So just be aware of that, maybe helping them come up with strategies, but strategies that they can do independently is the way to go about it. Now, they do not like to obey, okay? So we need to try and speak to them in a way where we are not trying to be the be-all of authority, because they will not respond well to that. Okay, they are constantly looking for a way to protest. And in a small child with this primitive energy, again, depending on their Mars sign, that can come out very aggressive. You know, we're dealing with primitive energy here, so we aren't emotionally intelligent enough to know what to do with that protest energy. And so sometimes in children, it will come out very aggressively. That aside, an Aries sun child is very friendly, very responsive, and they are likely to have a lot of friends because of that. Now, these children, they do not really fit into conservative, strict methods of upbringing, okay? So it's the idea where the parentals, the guardians, really need to combine wisdom and endurance, okay? Peace of mind and creativity. So like, they're going to cry, they're going to give you threats, okay? They can't help themselves. They are coming from an I am energy, and that is in their ego essence. So just be aware of that, okay? And if your Aries child makes a mistake or acts badly, try not to rush in to scold them, because remembering they've got good tactics, bad strategies, that they are quite honest, but also quite stubborn, okay? So just remembering that balance of energy that they have, and try not to go straight in with the scolding, because they are incredibly sensitive, all right? So really try and figure out why the incident happened, the bad behavior happened, and what they were trying to do or say in reality, because as a bad strategist, they might have just taken action. Aries energy does that quite a bit, and hadn't actually fully understood the outcome, because they were just going in with fire to try and get it achieved. Now, it is very important when dealing with an Aries child that you speak calmly, okay? And that you earn a place where you are deserving of authority, because an Aries child is always going to want to be the voice of authority, because Aries energy is I am, okay? And so it is in their nature to want to be their own authority. And so when you are parenting them, you need to stay calm and you need to stay in your center in order to earn the place where they will want to respect and give you some authority over them, okay? And in doing that, the more that you do that, the more they will be able to trust your reactions, trust the rule system is not going to change, and it will allow them to start taking a little bit more trust in your opinions in the future. If you come in with an Aries child with fire, with the same energy that they give you, you're just going to get fire back at you. They cannot help themselves. And we need to be showing them the calmness that we can have. We need to show them the other side of their balance, okay? And if you are remembering from any of my other videos, the opposite sign on that axis is Libra, and knowing that Libra needs balance. So when we are looking at a primitive energy, the other side of that axis is often something they struggle to find. So when you are dealing with an Aries child, we need to help them find balance in the calm energy as well as their fire energy, okay? Now, this Aries energy, because it is quite sensitive, it can react very painfully with any indifference or coldness of the adults and caregivers around it. So it's very important to appreciate their individual natures and really praise them for what they did, okay? But in a way that goes in line with how they did it, all right? So not just like, thank you for picking up that toy. Okay, thank you for cleaning the room. We really want to be saying thank you for going about your bedroom today and picking up all of those clothes and putting them in the washing basket. That was very good to do. We want to be acknowledging all of the steps that they took. Okay, they're action oriented and they want us to notice the small details of what they did. Okay, that is very important to an Aries energy. Just also be careful not to leave them alone with their problems. If they do have an issue, this isn't the sort of energy in a child that you can kind of go and think about what you did, okay? Remembering that good tactics, bad strategy. So they're not really able, particularly in a primitive energy, they're not able to sit and strategize about how they got in trouble, what they did. So they really need the assistance of the parent or the caregiver to be able to come in and talk with them, okay? Talk through it with them. So Aries energy, being fire energy, does really well connecting to its intuition and understanding when it can take action. And so when we are communicating, that's why we need to be careful we're going into the details with them, because then they can go through the processes in their heads, they can take action in their heads with the steps that we are asking them to do. So just, keep that in mind. Friendly conversations are always great with an Aries child. They'll be very open to that as long as you can stay calm. And just good luck with these little ones. They're very fiery, and we need to remember that about them, that in a primitive energy, they're very fiery, they're very independent, and we can work with that energy as parents to be able to best give them the information that they need moving forward. If you would like a birth chart done for your child or yourself, check out my website. I offer that as a service, and I find it very helpful in being able to understand the thought processes and the ways in which we can best get through to our small humans as they are growing up. And until you see me next time, stay weird.